State of
Okay,
Michigan
thanks.
versus Rayshawn Leonard. Case 24058770001. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Steve Vincent for the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Rayshawn Leonard. Mr. Leonard, can you please state your full name for the record?
Rayshawn Darnell Leonard.
All right, thank you, Mr. Leonard. Mr. Bird Esteban.
That's the bond, Your Honor. 32-year-old lifelong resident. He was forthcoming about us, let us know he had a prior criminal history, but he indicates to us that he's not on probation and parole and doesn't have any pending cases. Fortunately, he's unemployed, looking for a job right now. But any amount of bond is going to be like a remand to my client. And respectfully, we're going to ask this court. I do understand these are assaultive allegations, but we're going to ask this court potentially for a personal bond. Of course, not inclined to a personal bond, and a reasonable or low 10% bond seemed fit by the court, at least where you could probably call a family member or a friend that might could help him post a bond.
All right, Mr. Vincent Esteban.
Judge, just the way it's being charged, that home invasion first degree, with the criminal past, I have a 2020 misdemeanor R&O and then a 19 that predates that, a felony R&O. But just the way it's being charged, and then the allegations, you know, where allegedly we have an individual who's sleeping in her house that gets disrupted by the defendant, who allegedly pushes out an AC unit from her room, and then only to proceed and punch her in the face, waking her up, and then those visible injuries. I would have a tendency to agree with defense counsel, but for all of that. And then to add that alleged insult to injury, then he rummages through a purse and takes her car. So respectfully, Judge, it's 10,000 cash assured. We're going to ask you to continue.
Ms. Bias, can I see this file?
Yes.
All right, I've had a chance to review the investigator's report as well as hear arguments. Bond is set at $10,000 cash right now, which is an unaffordable bond. That bond is going to remain the same. Based on the allegations, Mr. Leonard knows the complaining witness, enters her home without permission by kicking in the air.
Can I talk to my lawyer in the breakout room?
Sure. 1 second, Mr. Leonard.
Man, because this is not right, man.
All right. Back on the record in the matter of I'm sorry, Mr. Leonard, Mr. Bird, is anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is adamant that the complaining witness is lying in this matter. Indicates to us when the facts come out, and if the police ask any of those neighbors, it showed the fact that my client was there all day with the defendant. They're together. They were together all the time, and they were together all the time.
All month.
Please,
Mr.
Leonard, Mr. Leonard. indicates to us that they were together. They were together all the time, almost 24 hours a day, except work purposes and things like that. But and I'm not saying 24 hours a day literally either, Jan. I'm just saying they were together all the time. He
I
indicates
get your
to
point.
he indicates to us that he first of all, it is one thing I noticed, and he did bring a couple things to my attention. First, it said he pulled back up to the location. He pulled back up to the location, seeing the police was there. It doesn't say anything about when he pulled back up to the location that he took flight, that he took flight, that he did that he went about any preventative measures to avoid the police. My client indicates to us that he came in his sister's car. He came in his sister's car. In order to get his sister's car out the driveway, he had to move her car. So her car was actually behind. Her car was actually behind his sister's in the driveway. Indicates to us that she gave him the keys. So in order to move his sister's car, in which which they would have seen across the street, he had to move her car. Um, and that's when he comes back around. The police is there. The police is there. And as I stated, it's nothing in this complaint. And if it is, feel free to correct me. But I don't see any indication that he was trying to avoid the police at this time. I asked my client, I said, how'd she get that black eye? He said, honestly, I don't know. He said, I didn't do anything to this girl. She has done this before. She has done this before to me. And she has done this before to me. And I'm not sure if the charges was dropped. He said he was innocent, but I know sometimes being found innocent and charges being dropped could be a confusing thing for clients. And I didn't have time to look up those cases either, Yana. So I'm going off my client's word on this one. And I just wanted to let you know that. But my client is maintaining his innocence in this matter. There is some things in the report that would cause one to raise an eyebrow, especially the fact that even seeing the police, my client came and pulled back up right when the police was there. That doesn't scream out guilt to me personally, but I do understand this court has a job. And if my client has to stay away from the complaining witness, he has no problem doing so. He has no problem doing so. Respectfully, and that's why respectfully, Your Honor, we're going to ask for a personal bond in this matter.
All right, I'm not the trier of fact in this matter. Mr. Leonard is not guilty until proven so by a court. I've made my ruling. I believe there's clear and convincing evidence that there is a danger to the public, and particularly this complaining witness. Bond is going to remain. The next date is August 19th before Judge King. And that concludes this hearing.